Hi, this is Brandon Spilley here from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the half kneeling hip flexor stretch with hamstring wall drag. All right, for this exercise, what you're gonna want is a wall or a thing of plyo boxes, something that's firm that you'll be able to put your foot on. A foam roller works well for balance. You can also use a pole or a chair, something next to you. And then I've got two AirX pads here to elevate my leg. You can use yoga blocks, you can use pillows, anything to get your leg elevated anywhere from about 2 to 6 inches, depending upon your hip flexor mobility and your hamstring mobility. So, I've got two here, and what I've done with them is position them so that my knee is on the pad, but my toe on my back leg here is completely flat. So from this position, it would be here, my toes basically on the bottom, heel should be able to get flat. Okay, and what I'm gonna do my left side because it's my bad side, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that my foot is pushed firmly into the box. Then I'm in a half kneeling position, so I should maybe feel a little bit of hip flexor stretch from already here. The foam roller is so that I can reach and maintain some sense of balance, or I can actually use it to push myself backwards. If you feel like you're really far bent over, you can actually use it to keep yourself nice and tall. Just make sure you're not extending through your low back. But with my leg that's on the wall, just like as the name implies, we're gonna perform a hamstring drag. So I'm gonna push against the wall, I'm gonna try to do a leg curl on my left leg. Feel that hamstring. You're probably gonna feel your glute involved. You wanna make sure you're not extending through your low back, and that's where this comes in handy. So as I reach, ribs are gonna stay down, reach here, pull with my hamstring, and then you're just gonna breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, really trying to perform that curl. You can also lean forward a little bit, and sometimes that will help you find your hamstring a little bit more because you'll actually use your foot placed into the wall to actually hold yourself up, and that works well too. Same thing, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Really relax. Should feel that down stance leg, hip flexor really start to open up. And then you're just gonna relax there. Now, the reason this works so well is that by being able to have this elevated, essentially my lower leg is not at 90, it's actually a little bit of a decline that gets my hamstring actually in a position where it's gonna have to curl to hold myself up. But then here, by getting my hamstring involved and being in hip extension, we're turning our hamstring on. That's gonna help pull our pelvis underneath us. And by being able to do that and having our hamstrings actually contracted, that's gonna force our hip flexors on the front to actually relax. And on top of that, then you're also in that lengthened position. So you're really gonna get a good quality hip flexor stretch by using your hamstrings to help facilitate that. Again, it's also going to work well if you're in that anterior pelvic tilt or orientation. By using your hamstrings, you're actually going to pull your pelvis underneath you. And so the nice thing is this leg already in flexion is already somewhat dumped in that position. And so this is actually going to try to pull that other one underneath it as well so that they're nice, I don't want to say even, but essentially they're both pulled back simultaneously, and we're going to use our musculature in the lengthened positions to be able to do that. You're going to find that probably one side is a little worse than the other, so you can spend some more time on that. My recommendation is to, again, elevate your feet to what you need to. Even if it's higher than this, that's entirely okay. And then you're going to want to make sure you can perform 5 good quality breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, not cranking through your low back. You're relaxed here. Ribs are down, you're able to reach long or hold on to something to give you a little bit of balance, and you're able to feel that hamstring contraction, and you're gonna gun for about a 3 to 5 out of 10. It's not a max effort contraction, but you should be able to feel your hamstring. You may even feel like it wants to cramp. Totally normal, especially the first time you do it. And then you can do both sides, but I recommend, if this is definitely an issue that you're having, try doing it 2 times a day, somewhere in the morning or afternoon, somewhere in the evening before you go to bed, of 2 sets of 5 breaths, and that's gonna really open up the way your hip flexors feel, get those hamstrings a little bit stronger to keep your pelvis underneath you, and everything's probably gonna feel a lot better. Give it a shot. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section below. Thanks, have a great day.